Hey guys, good afternoon. Glad to have you here. I hope you're interested in a little bit about MEI numerology. That is unmasking and uncoding the numbers of the MEI validators, the bezels, the power, whether it's 12 volts all the way to 110. So without further ado, let me turn around here. I started to lay out a couple of items, and as you can see, to show you what I really want to show you, I needed all this stuff. So anyways, what we're going to do here, we're going to start with the codes. My bench got real small real fast this afternoon, and I want to give a shout out to TJ Byer, who's in our American Changer Help Group. He was the one that sent me the link to print these codes. As you can see, it'll tell you that, say, the 2400 series, it's 1s and 5s only. The 2600 series goes up to 20s. The 2800, which I've never had one in my hands, takes 50s and 100s. But this, most importantly, this is what everybody asks. The third digit is the bezel. They say, gee, I don't want a 2501, I need a 2511. Well, the secret of the matter is that third digit is how it came out of the factory. Okay? See this one? VN is for vending. 2500 is the series. The 2 is the bezel. Okay? The number 1 is the voltage. That's 110 volts. If it was a 2522 or 2512 or 2502, it would be a 24 volt system. So anyways, we're going to start here with the first bezel. This is what we call a snack bezel, but that's old school nickname, so to speak. It's offset. This is meant to go through a smaller opening most snack machines have. Now this one here, this is what we refer to as the soda bezel, okay? Or a compact bezel, and this was used in amusements where the validator came up right to the bottom of the door and there was no other clearance, so it had to be snug at the bottom. Now, here is another, this is what we call, sorry about that glare, this is a number 0, but it's a deep. Okay? Let me show you how wide this is. This has a little spacer here. A lot of machines that these go in have a display on top, on the inner part of the door, so you need a deeper bezel. Excuse me. So that's what that extra space is for. If that extra space is not needed, you can just put that spacer in there, and it basically is very similar to the number 0, the snack version here. Here we go. I don't know why I got so blurry there. Alright, now we go to another one that looks like a compact. I'm trying to get away from this glare here. I really apologize. Anyways, it's the same thing, but it's iron. Get a screwdriver to tap it with. This is for high security locations where this sticks through the front of the machine. They can still bash it in with a sledgehammer because the bezel is going to end up surviving. What's not going to survive is the studs that it mounts on, something like these. What happens predominantly is they smash the validator through the door, they break the 4 studs off, or at least 2 of them, and that's all she wrote. So anyways, these validators, and there's a couple more, but they're really oddballs, and they don't fit just everything. These go on any of these MEIs, okay? Got one of them together here, and this is screwed together. It fits on like so, okay? So this unit now, let's say it's a 2500 series, okay? It's a 2501, being a zero mask. Now we want to make it a 2511 or a 2501. Pardon me. This is the number 1 mask, the compact, or known as the soda. Okay? Once again, 4 screws. They all interchange. This one, same thing. Okay, you've just made your MEI into a deep reach, and that's all she wrote. Guys, before the next step here, oh, one last one. I'm going to put my camera on a tripod so I can use both hands. Now, see how this one is sitting on my bench, but the sticker is right side up? This is a down stacker bezel. Okay, that is meant, a lot of gaming uses those, some of the cranes use those. I have a Wizard of Oz coin pusher, and it uses 3 of these, but it uses a down stacker. Once again, this can be mounted conventionally. Whoops, bottom fell off. This can be mounted conventionally, okay, with a different mask. All we got to do is take that mask off, put another one on here, and the angle where the bill goes in is going to be different. All right, I'm going to put my camera on a tripod and right back at you. Okay, here is another unique mounting style. This one has to do with American Changer. If anybody has the arcade style, you open the door, that will fold out of the way of the door. Now this has what we call the 4-inch opening, like a lot of the early AC1001s had, okay? But in the door of an AC6000, the arcade model, it has the small opening, what we call high security, okay? So what happens is the door swings shut. That doesn't happen, but the door swings shut and just the snout sticks through the door. That's the purpose there, okay? So now there's another set of mounts. If you have a Coinco and you want to swap it out, which who doesn't, you have a big opening. And I don't have a Coinco bezel to show you as a sample, but anyways, see, look what happens here. This covers the opening on your door because, once again, the Coinco, the opening is twice this big. So now you put an MEI in there, you get high security number 0, and voila. Now there's one more option to this equation, and this is called a slide mount. This is for some of the early American Changers, a lot of the rear loads, the AC6000, but only the right validator, okay, as you're looking at the front of the machine. This here, see the cutouts here? You mount it. This can slide up, can slide down. Normally it has to go up 3/4 of an inch. So you need that slide mount. It's all different adaptations for when you're converting these changers to MEI. But MEIs can go in place of just about every Coinco. I've never seen a situation where we couldn't replace a Coinco. Okay, last but not least, there are several sizes of boxes. This is the smallest one. It's got a flap on top. This is skinny. It only holds 200 notes. It is a 200 note box. A lot of times on the earlier soda machines, the doors will not shut if you have a deeper box like this in place, they'll hit because they need that extra inch. So anyways, this is a 300. That's a 500 note, and the big guy, the 700 note. So lots of choices. I hope I didn't complicate things or confuse anybody. I will put a link in the bottom of the description here, and this will allow you access to all the MEI stuff. I didn't cover the cords, but we have them. This is the style for a 24 volt. It's the long plug. The short plug is 410 volt systems, as you can see. And then, in some cases, American Changers especially, this is called a jumper or a test plug. That needs to go in next to the power cord. What it is, it just jumps the logic there and enables the 110 to work. So anyways, if you have an American Changer, you'll want to put a 110 volt, or if you have a green display board or newer, you can put the 24 volt in, and then you have a real piece of equipment. So guys, we are all about MEI. I will put the link in the bottom for you, and we hope we have taught you something. For now, Doug at Doug's World Tour. Out.